Alright, I'm rolling some Strat-O-Matic Baseball 1977 King of the Hill. I got the Yankees and the Phillies. They're through 5, tied 1-1. It's been a good pitcher's duel between Ron Guidry and Jim Lomborg. We start the top of the 6th with Reggie up. It's going to be Reggie, Sweet Lou Piniella, and Greg Nettles against Lomborg. This is Lomborg's start of his fatigue potential in the 6th inning, so we have to keep an eye on whether Lomborg gets any guys on base. But otherwise, he's pitched well. He only gave up a run in the 1st inning, so let's see what happens with Reggie. And we get a 5-8, and a 5-8 against the lefty. Reggie is just a fly ball to right field. He's not tired yet. That was a dot result, but he hasn't let anybody on base, so he's still fine. He has to allow, in this inning, some combination of 3 hits or walks to be fatigued. So with 1 out, that'll bring up Sweet Lou Piniella. Pinella's 0 for 2. Jackson was 1 for 2. He doubled in 1st inning, and that drove in the Yankees' only run. Roy White also doubled in the 1st. Pinella's flied out twice. And we get a 3-7. Lomborg is right-handed, and 3-7 is a strikeout. That is Lomborg's 4th strikeout of the game. So there's 2 out, nobody on for the Yankees here in the top of the 6th. So far, no problems for Lomborg in his fatigue inning. And Nettles, who has grounded the 2nd and flied the right, will come to the plate. Yankees only have, looks like, about 4 hits in the game. And the pitch, it's a 1-3 again against the righty, and a 1-3 against the righty is a ballpark home run check. Ballpark home runs are 1 to 10 for both lefties and righties, and it's a 6. It's a 6, and Greg Nettles has just broken the tie with a home run. Greg Nettles hits a home run and makes it 2-1. Yankees take the lead. Lomborg gives up the home run. Bring up Chambliss. We'll see if he can get out of this inning. 2 out, nobody on. Chambliss up. Yanks breaks a tie. It's 2-1. And we got a 3-6. 3-6 against a righty pitcher is just a ground ball to 1st. So that will retire the side. Yankees take the lead, though, 2-1. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Phillies will have the top of the order. Bake McBride will be leading it off against Ron Guidry. Guidry can go into the 8th before he has to worry about fatigue, so he's okay. He gave up a solo homer to Maddox in the 4th, and that's all he's given up. Bake McBride will bat. He is 0 for 2. He grounded to the pitcher and struck out in 2 trips. Now he's going to be facing a lefty batter, so when necessary, I'll slide over the card if we get a result that's off the camera right now. Here's a 4-5 and a 4-5 against against Bake McBride's a lefty. A 4-5 is a strikeout for Guidry. So Guidry gets his 4, 5, 6th strikeout of the game. And there's 1 out. And that'll bring up Gary Maddox. Maddox responsible for the only run of the game so far for the Phillies. That was a home run, a solo home run in the 4th. He grounded the 2nd in the 1st. So he's 1 for 2. 1 out, nobody on. Yanks lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. And we get a 3-5. 3-5 again against the lefty Guidry. 3-5 is just a fly to right. And that's 2 out. Nobody on. And it's going to bring up the bull, Greg Luzinski. Luzinski batting. Greg Luzinski has line to left, and he has struck out 0 for 2. And we got a 2-7, so all the rolls are on the hitter cards here. 2-7 against the lefty Guidry, and that is a fly ball to center field. So Luzinski's out, and Gator gets him 1-2-3 in the 6th. We're going to go to the top of the 7th, with the Yankees now leading at 2-1 on the strength of that Greg Nettles home run. And we'll have Willie Randolph up. Lomborg's still okay. He gave up the home run, but he still can pitch without fatigue. So we'll see what happens here against Randolph and Dent here in the bottom of the order. Phillies have a good bullpen, so Lomborg might not be in for too much longer. Top of the 7th. And we got a 4-7. 4-7 against the righty Willie Randolph. And that is a strikeout. And again, it's a dot result, but he's not fatigued. So he gets his 5th strikeout. And that's 1 out for Bucky Dent. And Bucky in this game is 1 for 2. Willie was 0 for 2 going into that last at-bat. Bucky singled, and he made it to second, but that was as far as he got in the 2nd inning. We got a 4-6 again against a right-handed hitter, and a 4-6. That's a single 1-18, and it's a 4, so that's going to be a base hit that goes into right field for Bucky Dent. And now with the top of the order coming up, I think Jim Lomborg has seen enough, and he goes 6 1/3. And we got Willie, White, and Munson coming up. Mickey Rivers, Roy White, and Thurman Munson. So the Phillies are going to go to Tug McGraw. Tug McGraw is going to come in, try and hold this game down. He's going to face Mickey Rivers, the lefty hitter. Tug McGraw is a -1 hold, so it'll be -3 for steals, with Boone's -2. Bucky's not going anywhere, though. Mickey's going to swing. We got to see if there's a wild pitch or pass ball first, and nope, we're okay. So Mickey will bat. 1 out, runner on first. And we got a 5-4 against a lefty. And a 5-4 against a lefty is a catcher's X. So we got a 13 on the D20. And Boone is a 2. So we got to get the correct chart. And look for a 13-2 for the catcher. And a 13-2 for the catcher is a PO. Boone is a 4 error, so now we got to roll the 3 dice, make sure he avoids an error. And that's a 6. 6 on a 4 for the catcher, and he's fine. So it's just a PO with the runner on first, so it's just a pop-up. And that's the 2nd out. So Mickey Rivers pops up to the catcher. There's 2 out now. Dent's still at first, and that'll bring up Roy White, switch hitter. He doubled and scored, and he's also singled. He's 2 for 3. He stole the base as well. And he is batting righty against the lefty Tug McGraw. 2 out, runner on first. Oh, first we got to see if there's a wild pitch or a pass ball. And there isn't, so we can go on with the at-bat. And we got a 4-11. 4-11, we said that White was batting righty against the lefty. And a 4-11 is a grounder to third. So that's the end of the Yankees in the 7th. They get a hit, but no runs. And they lead 2-1. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 7th. And Mike Schmidt's going to lead it off against Guidry. So it's going to be Schmidt against Guidry here in the bottom of the 7th with the Phillies trailing 2-1. Schmidt has struck out and walked, so he's looking to put the ball in play for the first time. And we get a 2-5. A lot of all the Phillies at-bats seem to be coming off the batter cards. 2-5 against the lefty Guidry, and that's a strikeout. Schmidt strikes out, so he still hasn't put the ball in play. That's 7 for Guidry. And there's 1 out for Davey Johnson. 1 out, nobody on Johnson is 0 for 2. He grounded the third and he lined the short. Playing first base today for the Phillies. And that's a 2-6, and again off the batter's card. 2-6 against the lefty Guidry, and that's just a ground ball to second base. With runners in scoring position. If there were runners in scoring position, that 2-6 would have actually been a hit because he's got that clutch mark. But there would have to be 2 outs and runners in scoring position for that to come into effect. So 2 out, nobody on for Jerry Martin. Jerry Martin playing left field today for the Phillies. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded to short, and he's struck out. 2 out, nobody on, bottom 7. Guidry pitching a gem here, 2-1. And again off the batter's card, 1-7. 1-7 for Martin, no, that's trouble. 1-7, D20's a 9, no, so that's just going to be a base hit for Jerry Martin. And say to center since no field was mentioned. Martin's on first, 2 out. Guidry and Munson combined is a -3. So Jerry Martin's going to stay at first, 2 out. You got to check for a wild pitch or a pass ball. And there's neither. So Bob Boone will bat with 2 out and a runner on first. And we get a 6-7. So finally off the pitcher's card. Boone is right-handed. So a 6-7 is a walk. That's a walk against a righty. So all of a sudden, with 2 out, nobody on, the Phillies have managed to put 2 guys on base. It's first and second 2 out for Larry Boa. And now they got a chance to tie this game up. We'll see if there's a wild pitch or a pass ball, and there isn't. So Boa will bat. First and second, 2 out. Guidry trying to get out of trouble here. Larry Boa is 0 for 2. Grounded to short, and then he reached on an error by Chambliss. First and second, 2 out. And the pitch is a 3-8. 3-8 against the lefty Guidry. And a 3-8 against the lefty Guidry is just a ground ball to Nettles. And Guidry will get out of the inning. He works out of trouble. And through 7, the Yankees lead the Phillies 2-1.